Hi, I'm Gordon Van Dyke. I'm the executive producer for War of the Vikings, and we're here at the PDXCon in Miami, Florida. So, what we're about to play is Conquest game mode. It's a little bit different than a contemporary one you think of from first-person shooters, where there's multiple control points. Ours is objective-based. So, what you're going to do is, this one you're just going to try and capture and control the points and push, control all the control points, and it's in a linear progression. So I've joined a squad. Everybody's joined Green Wolf, but I'll join Red Moose with a teammate because you want to be in a squad with other players. Because one of the key things that you can do while you're in a squad is you can actually target your enemy. And that makes it easier for your squad mates to kind of find the guy, especially archers. You really want to point them out, so if you have an archer on your squad, that they start plucking off the other archers for you. So as you can see, the stone house is the first objective. Now in this map, it's actually only 4 control points. But on other maps, there can be an odd number, so there's usually 5. But in this one's one of the few ones where you can typically do a draw. You can have a draw. Now, somebody saw my shield get hit by a fire arrow. Fire arrows actually go out when they hit you as a player. But what they are for is that the only arrow that can actually destroy, that'll destroy a shield. Somebody just did their taunt, and I killed him. So.
Look out, archers! They're capturing the tavern! Repel them!
Sorry I got a little quiet because I'm kind of getting into this little confrontation with the guy with the spear. Now the spear is really hard to use. You should typically use a spear only if you're trying to. You want to use a spear if you have a partner, like you have somebody with a shield and you can get behind them and you can actually use that over their shield. So a shield in our game exists only in that space. So if the players can get around your shield, they can attack around it. So it's not an ultimate defense with a like with a force field. So right now I'm primarily focusing on my custom kit, but next time I spawn in, I'm going to jump onto the other kits and kind of explain what they're doing and kind of like what their purpose is. They're really general all-around class loadouts that just really kind of highlight the character, so it's really good for everyone to pick. So maybe you created a custom profile and it's not working out how you wanted it to, you can always default back to those ones. They're in no way inferior kits. They just don't look as cool typically, and they're a bit different looking. So right there what I did was I finished off your opponent. So your opponents typically just get knocked down. But what you want to do is you want to finish them off so that they can't get revived back in. So all players can be revived by their teammates as well. So and that gives you a lot of hit points, and it's really a good, I just got a special to the face. But you really want to try and revive any teammates that are fallen. It gives you a lot of XP points, and it's something that's really useful. So the default warrior. So this kit's just an all-around, what you would think of a normal Viking. Sword and board, medium character. He's got the shield, and he has a throwing axe as a secondary weapon. He's really just all-around effective. He's really easy class to do really well with. So he's really just good. The good default, and he's the one that you'll start with actually. Oops, I just hit a teammate with my axe. So, and we also have friendly fire on, so you can kill your own teammates, so you have to really be careful. You want to try and use different attacks, so you want to use the upward swing when you're near your teammates, but it's harder to hit your opponent with, but it's also less likely to hit your teammate or objects in the world. So your sword can hit barrels, it can hit fences, it can hit everything. So the whole world is like, it can be an obstacle for your combat. So you really want to pick the right moves. Oh, that was a nice solid hit. If he wasn't wearing a hood, I would have got a decap on him. But the hood actually catches your head. So there's a lot of physics in this game, and a lot of things that we do. It's all it's all physics based. So it's like it's a living world. So I mean, of course, there are some things. It is a game, so not everything's perfect. But we try to really keep things going in that sense. Whereas like what you would expect to happen should happen. You shouldn't be faked or given the advantage by the game. Next is the default champion. Now this is a bit more tricky class to use, and we're actually debating whether we want to release with this as the second class. Because you have to parry. You don't have a shield, you don't have any default kits, but it is a really powerful weapon. So he made the mistake, he missed with his. Another cool thing is you can loot weapons. So you see this weapon highlighting. So I could actually switch to that weapon and make that my new primary. But I want to make it my secondary, so I'll switch to my secondary daggers and I'll switch to that and make it my secondary. So now I have like a different melee weapon, but no throwing weapon. So that's okay because I can also pick up a shield. So I can kind of design, if I kill this guy, I can take his shield. There we go, and decapitated him. And now I took the shield, now I switch to my secondary. So I can kind of create a kit. So even if maybe a weapon that you picked is not something that you really ended up liking, you can kind of augment that while you're playing and kind of change it around. So now that's the special for the one-handed axe.
They're capturing the storehouse! Repel them!
Thanks for watching this, guys. I really appreciate you checking our video out all the way through to the end. Really appreciate it. Just want a quick reminder that we're live right now in Steam in early access, and this update just went live. So if you want to get your hands on it early and help us, shape the final aspects of this game, we'd love to have you join, and we really appreciate it. And thanks for checking out War of the Vikings.